And welcome to 8801 Chevy Road, Colerain High School. It's Colerain Cardinal football on Waycross Community Media. I am Brandon White alongside Brian Wyatt here as the Colerain Cardinals play host to the Princeton Vikings senior night here at Cardinal Stadium.
Yeah, it's a GMC matchup from the number one team and the bottom dweller. And years past, you'd be surprised if I told you who that is, but right now, Princeton 7-0 in the conference, 8-0 overall, and Colerain 0-7 and 0-8. And talk about this Princeton team. Everybody talks about their offense. They're second in the offense in the GMC, but they're also second in defense, a complete balanced team. Cardinals got an uphill battle tonight.
Princeton did defeat the preseason favorites and the defending GMC champions, Lakota West. Earlier in the season, a defensive game that went back and forth. I think the only reason it was a little bit bigger of a margin than it was is because Princeton got a late pick six with Lakota West trying to run the field.
Well, I think that was before Lakota West switched quarterbacks, too.
Well, I'm just saying, like,
so
it was
very early in the season.
It was like 2-minute situation trying to down one score, it turned into a 2-score victory.
Yeah, 18-3.
Yeah, so this is a very good Princeton team, and Princeton can do two things tonight. They can guarantee themselves at least a share of the GMC title with a win tonight, and they can also guarantee themselves 2 home playoff games as they would secure one of the top 4 seeds in Region 4. They have guaranteed themselves a playoff spot. On the other side of that, though, Colerain Cardinals, their playoff hopes are very thin. They need to basically win out to have any shot at those playoffs.
Yeah, Princeton this week and Fairfield next week, but let's just go at the team in front of us right now. As Brandon said, it's senior night. And looking up and down this schedule, Brandon, I was trying to find common opponents. You know, it's a GMC almost through the season. They played it. Colerain struggled with Middletown early with a 20-3 loss, and Middletown just walked all over, scoring 41 points. But you look at the latest game, you know, Colerain struggled last week, but was in the game with a very good Hamilton team, only losing 23-7. This same Princeton team only beat them 22-16. So if you can catch them when they're hot, you can catch them when they're cold. It's Friday the 13th. It's Friday Night Football. Anything can happen. Your Colerain Cardinals take the feet. They'll be wearing the all black with the white helmets. Princeton in the white with red helmets. We're getting ready to play some football.
And it's been a broken record all year, but this is really going to be a difference. Princeton is a defensive team first. They might be second in the GMC in offense, but I think that's more of a symptom of their defense is just that good that they put their offense in easy situations. Colerain, on the other hand, their defense has been, I would say, one of the better ones, but they just break down because the defense or the offense has struggled so much to get them up.
Well, and it always comes down to kind of late in the game. They keep it close, but when you got so many two-way players, the defense is out there so long, they just go worn out.
And we didn't even realize it until they did the senior ceremonies beforehand. The offense has struggled, and, you know, you had your starting quarterback transfer, but the other thing we had was two of your 2 top offensive weapons, your starting tight end and your starting number 1 returning receiver. They were out there in street clothes. They've been hurt all year. So not only do you have a young team that didn't have their starting quarterback most of the start of the year, you got, you know, a new coaching staff trying to find their way. You also don't have any of the weapons that you had on an offense you were trying to build last year. So
you're running a brand new offense, so it's an uphill climb for these Colerain Cardinals. Colerain Cardinals had won the toss, and they've deferred to the second half. So they're going to kick off, and, you know, sometimes you look at stats, and some of them are just jump out and glare. Antonio Hunter will be back in the middle of the pack and return team. He has 4 returns on the year for touchdowns, 3 of them punt, 1 of them as a touchdown. So be surprised. Colerain's coverage team has been decent, but I'll be surprised if they kick to them.
Kicking off for the Cardinals, number 86, John Hounshell.
John Hunshell set to kick off. He came in last week, a couple weeks ago when McAfee got hurt. So I don't know if it's just for kickoff purposes or that McAfee is hurt. Do have a uniform timeout, Princeton Vikings.
We have one of those referees tonight.
Well, that one was obvious. You can't do the old Ezekiel Elliott, have your entire midriff bared.
Oh, okay.
Good little chip kick. We didn't expect a deep kick. A little bobble, still with it. And right across the 40 is Micah Cottrell, tracked down by one of the Jarman twins. I don't know which one.
Yeah, just a pop-up we expected, and got a decent bounce. There's a couple Colerain Cardinals in the area. Doesn't get above the big return, but really doesn't save much field position because the Vikings are going to be starting at their own 41-yard line.
It's a little bit different of a Princeton. They're still going to be running out of the spread mostly, but they've really been more of a read option team where in years past they've thrown the ball a lot more. Handoff. First carry. Finds some room off tackle on the stretch play near a first down for Brown Freeman.
Yeah, they spread the ball out yet. I mean, they've got at least 4 guys that have got 25 carries or more.
9-yard gain, 2nd and 1.
Freeman gets the first carry, but he is their third leading back. So they've got weapons all over the place.
Cardinals with a little different look. They go with a 4-man front. Handoff, jet sweep, trying to find some space. Not much there, but it might be just enough for a first down for Antonio Hunter.
Yeah, outside linebacker turns him in right there, and he does a good job, takes advantage of that little hole. He needed 10, he got 11. Or needed 3, got 4. So into Colerain territory, ball spotted at the 48.
Yeah, so we will. It looks like we're going to go with 4 down linemen, or at least 4 down linemen.
And it's the old 4-4 defense.
Yeah, so not a lot expecting the run, hitting the backfield, and that is stuffed for a big loss.
I'll tell you, great read right off the bat.
54.
That's 54 for Lando Rowland.
Now, what is interesting, we'll see if this is like we said, this is a run-first Princeton offense, but also a part of this, too. I do see in street clothes, Cooper Creek went out in the Hamilton game last week. He is not dressed tonight for the Cardinals.
You know what? I saw him warm up in full uniform, so trainers didn't like what they saw pre-game.
Branch looks to pass for the first time and nearly intercepted by Corey Myrick.
That was Myrick baited him a little bit, giving him that little cushion underneath. Reads it. It's a pretty long throw, so he's got time to get up. That is almost pick 6 if he gets there just slightly early.
Honestly, if it's a better pass, it is a pick 6, or at least an interception going the other way. So 3rd and 13 for the Vikings. D'Angelo Birch takes it, fakes it, handoff, looks over the middle, and this one is picked off. Greg Williams with the interception. Birch tries to go over top of him, and the vert gets the ball.
You saw him almost shot put this one here, trying to just feed it right behind the linebackers in front of the safety, but Greg Williams makes a big play for the Colerain Cardinals. They got the ball their own first down, starting at their 39.
Let's see what the Cardinals can do with the field position.
Yeah, he had plenty of time to throw right there.
Honestly, if he either throws it a little earlier, he's open in the seam, or waits a little bit for him to get past Williams' zone, he might have had a play. But
yeah, he's thrown for 893 yards, and he's 67%. So he's pretty accurate.
Diamond left, quick little screen out to Williams. He's going to try to find something. He's going to get 5, maybe 6 yards on the first play of the game.
We've seen Williams in the backfield a lot. I don't know if we've seen him end up taking that.
That was a long handoff of anything. You had diamond formation there to the left. They're only going to give him. I thought he got farther than that. They're only going to give him about 4 yards on the play. Trips it to the right. Phillips hands it off Williams. He breaks the initial tackle, and they're going to give him no gain. And they're going to get 15 more.
Yeah, not a smart move by the Princeton Vikings. He got back to the line of scrimmage, and they blew the whistle to stop the play. They blew it again, then they blew it again to warn him, and he still did the body slam.
The thing is, if we get a look, and I don't know if that was a read or not. He probably should have kept it if it was. But if you see it, they stopped, and then he throws him. Like,
Right, he's got whistle, 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 whistle.
So 15 yards, a first down into Viking territory.
From the 42.
Hayden Danielson, your middle linebacker,
That's
checks in on tight end for the
normally in
Cardinals.
short yardage situation to bring in the
Well, Creek's hurt, so they got one less guy to substitution in that package, but they will bring him in, run pistol formation. Takes it, hands it off middle. Williams breaks through one. He's in open field, down the sidelines, and into the red zone. First down, Colerain.
tell you, middle linebacker turned to lead blocker. The fullback breaks that open. Good job by the offensive line. Nothing fancy here. It's just power football. Finds a seam, gets up at the second level, and if it's not for the safety, it's a touchdown. So Colerain got something going early. First down at the 18-yard line.
I'll stay in that pistol formation. Handoff, Williams takes it. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage, maybe lost a half yard.
Yeah, tried to go back to the same play right there, and Princeton comes out on a run blitz, and that play takes a little longer to develop, and the linebackers are both there playing assignment football, one on the quarterback, one on the running back, and they were there at the exchange.
Second down, 11 on the 19.
Officially loss of 1, second and 11 from the 19 for the Cardinals. We'll have trips right now. Billups in the shotgun. And
Yeah,
we are going to have one of those officials.
yeah, that official again is making a clothing adjustment.
Officials timeout.
So we'll run the play now. Billups drops back. Quick out to Terrell Burton. He's going to get five of those yards back.
Make it a little bit more manageable. It's going to be a second down and 6, but
Lead pass for the Cardinals.
looked like the Colerain wide receiver kind of took a bad hit there on the sidelines.
Yeah, immediately held his stomach. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if he landed on his own elbow, landed on the ball, but a lot of times you hit that flat, just kind of knock the wind out of you.
So it'll be third down and 6 for the Cardinals at their own 15, but we'll take some time here. And it's awkward for everyone involved with this injury because Burton's on the wrong sideline with the injury, so the staff is all the way across the field. And if you're Princeton, you kind of don't want a opposing player on your sideline regardless if he's not
Well,
in
but you've got training staffs on both sides. Doesn't matter what color uniform on.
Well, no, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, can you run a play right now
right, if
with
he's on your own sidelines, you
Yeah.
can run a play. I know, I get you.
Yeah, and I don't think the referees are gonna. Like I said, sometimes if it's on your sideline, they'll just wave it through and move on. But with them on the opposite sideline, they're gonna hold this up for at least a moment more.
Yeah, and I saw on the replay also, he did, as soon as he hit, kind of grabbed the ribs, so you don't know.
Yeah, he is up now, so that's good for the young man.
Yeah, so he hit so flat, that just kind of just takes all the air out of you. So let's reset. 7:58. Colerain gets a turnover, driving on their own. It's third down. Let's call it about 7 yard. They need to get to about the 8-yard line.
Third down and manageable for the Cardinals. See if they go here. And they jump off sides.
Penalty marker down, offsides.
There's a little bit of movement on both sides, but one of them was the linebacker so far behind the line of scrimmage, he can move. The wide receiver cannot on that point.
Well, not only did Corey Meyer jump off sides, he even got into his wide receiver cut.
He did his breakdown move.
So we'll probably have to change the
5-yard
play here.
penalty, 3rd and 12.
Cardinals will do that, so get a quick rehuddle. It'd be a little quicker. They're down on the play clock now. And they're going to have to call timeout.
Timeout.
Yeah,
Cardinals.
you already got one penalty. It's not a bad timeout right there, but
Well, we'd like to
you
thank
time
our
it up
friends
to
Preston Brown Foundation,
call a
partners with
play
Colerain and other local schools
on a
to
dead
provide
ball
healthy
foul.
snacks, sports hydration, mental health and self-care resources to refuel student athletes. Promoting
But they
health
say,
and
though,
physical and mental
you're not
well-being
going to
while
waste those.
tackling stigma reduction.
Don't leave those
More
timeouts
information and to make
on the
a
board in that
tax-deductible
first half.
donation, you can visit
You
our
can use them and
website,
save yourself. Do it.
www.prestonbrownfoundation.org. Also, we'd like to thank our friends at Scope Tile and Carpet.
So,
Serving our community since 1928.
still be third down, but now 11 to go after the penalty.
Scope sells quality tile and carpet products that will bring your home
Thank you
alive.
all for listening live on
Also,
wearecolerain.com
delivering a
and on YouTube.
enjoyable and satisfying experience from sales to installation.
Thanks to, we got an email in from Lenny Lopez. Thank you for listening in as you do every weekend. We'll try to get you on the live chat on YouTube, but for all of you watching at home again, thank you for watching on Waycross Community Media as well. So we'll reset out of the timeout. 3rd and 11 from the Viking 19. Cardinals trying to strike first. Motion man. Back out. Snap back. Billups looks, throws, and he has got J.J. Huff. Tough catch, but makeable. He dropped it.
Looked like there was a little bit of incidental contact before the ball got there. So we watching the replay.
Pass broken up by Vikings number 6.
Good timing by the defensive back. Got there the same time the ball did. But you know what? This might be a little far. Well, they're going to bring it out. I was going to say it might be a little bit far for a field goal. But
field goal attempts will be 36 yards.
Number 81.
Luke McAfee will be attempting this
So
kick.
McAfee is, I guess, just not kicking off. He is the regular kicker, so he is set out there.
Kicking into just a slight wind.
Snap is down. Kick. It's just going to hook left. No good. So no points for the Cardinals, but they do flip the field. Now we will remind everyone at home listening by high school rules, that ball does not get placed at the spot of the kick. Since it went into the end zone, it is considered a touchback, so the Vikings will take over at their own 20.
Yeah, that's why you're not too concerned about a long kick being out of his range, because it doesn't even have to go out of the end zone. As long as it reaches the end zone, it comes to the 20.
Yeah, you can't use it as a. It does have to reach the end zone. You can't use it as an excuse to kick a field goal attempt from your own 2-yard line. But so Princeton out with their second possession. D'Angelo Birch takes the snap, hands it off left side. He's got a Concord of blockers. Number 25, David Hambrick gets about 5 on the carry.
Number 25, David Hambrick.
Yeah, Hambrick is the leading rusher. Ran for 537 yards, 8 touchdowns.
Just a sophomore.
They got a sophomore running back and the quarterback sophomore also. This is a very young, good Princeton team.
And Birch takes it, keeps it on the read option, and this is what they like to do. Birch is going to have enough for a first down. We're going to see that all day. That's their offense, is the quarterback, fullback read option.
Yeah, it's a great play by the defensive end there for the Colerain Cardinals.
Birch high snap, hands it off Hambrick again, and he is met, but only for a short gain by the Cardinals.
David Hambrick on the carry.
Yeah, he's going to pick up 2.
Didn't see which Cardinal made a tackle there, but not much to go there for him. Oh, well, Danielson's going to get a tackle. He got a little more than I thought. I thought he had a very short gain, but he did give him about 30 yards.
From this angle, as I said, 2.
Second and 7. Ball on the 34.
3.5 maybe they gave him.
Cardinals still in this different look defensively. Birch takes the snap, quick out to his tight end. He's got it right at the stick. He's going to step out of bounds.
Yeah, there is a flag on the play.
And
a lineman downfield.
Ineligible downfield. And to me, that's probably a pre-snap. That's probably someone covered
up.
That quick of a pass, you're usually not going to get a lineman downfield. That was someone covered up someone else. You can only have so many men on the line of scrimmage. So it'll stay second down with the penalty, but now it'll be 2nd and 12 for the Vikings.
The 2nd and 12. Ball at the 29.
Birch takes it, looks the screen out, and nearly intercepted again by
You know
Myrick.
what? You always say play the man, not the ball. But if Myrick looks up, he takes that easy.
Well, Princeton almost got too cute with it. They tried to fake the screen to the running back and throw it to one of the blockers. Everyone assumed blockers. Well, when he does that, Myrick is about to engage to get off the block. He happens to get hit by the ball.
But Myrick was going for the tackle or the hit on the
blocker.
On the blocker.
So 3rd down and long for the Vikings. This is not a situation they want to be. This is not a pass-heavy team. So Birch will take it, drop back. Not a lot of pressure. He's going to catch it short. It depends on where he's going to give him.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to mark him about 2
Yeah,
to 3
they're going to
yards
mark
short.
him much shorter than he looked like on the dive. So he needed the 41. They're going to mark him at the 39. It'll be 4th down Vikings.
Yeah, he catches this quick out and turns up and makes a big dive, but right there, his foot's out of bounds before he tries to send himself.
Jordan Houston in punt formation for the Vikings, but I'll tell you what, this is an awful good place for a fake.
Number 7, Jordan Houston.
Myrick's going to set up about his own 35.
And he will kick it.
Nice
Not
kick.
the deepest kick, but it is high enough that Myrick will have to, he should back off. And almost hurts it. I think he might. No. I don't think a Princeton. He almost hurt himself trying to get out of the way. It's one of those where, okay, maybe I can catch this on a good hop and at least get 5-6 yards, stop it from bouncing. But it never took a good hop for the Cardinals. So Myrick did a good job of getting away. Almost hurt himself in the process.
He did roll an ankle a little bit there, but I don't think he had enough weight down on that foot.
So
a very effective punt for the Princeton Vikings.
Not the prettiest of punts, but it does the job to flip the field. The Cardinals will take over at their own 19-yard line. 11-yard line. There we go. Phillips hands it off to Williams. He's going to try to find some space. He's going to pick up about 4 yards on the carry.
I saw a little bit of something interesting. Not sure if the cameras had up. Corey Myrick was lining up, had a little conversation on with the one referee who's thrown 3 flags already. But the ball was snapped during that conversation. Myrick was not set. The referee reached in his pocket for the flag and kind of like, well, no, I was talking to him, so.
Yeah.
It meant nothing, but it's the little subtle things that are entertaining sometimes.
Cardinals check the play at the line of scrimmage. Phillips looks to throw. His initial receiver's not there. Gets it away to O'Brien, but he's got nowhere to go once he catches it.
Number 21, Saheed Davis.
I think he's going to bring it back almost to the original line of scrimmage. You've had a coverage sack. That time you got a coverage loss on that. He had nowhere to throw it and dumped it off.
Loss of 1 yard, 3rd and 8 on the 13.
So you're going to lose 1 on that. It's 3rd and 8.
Phillips looks, and he is brought down on a sack. Didn't get much time to get that one off. Number 22, Andre Parker Jr. I'm assuming that's Mr. Parker Sr. being the head coach of the Princeton Vikings.
Vikings number 77, Jalen Everhart.
I thought that was 22, but
It was.
Okay, the announcer is awful right now because he called the wrong
Well,
Cardinal
2s
player.
look like 7s sometimes.
We'll give him that. A little confusion for the Cardinals again. Cooper Creek, your regular punter, not dressed tonight, so Luke McAfee is the last player out, but they're going to get bailed out by a Princeton timeout because I think Princeton they have too many or not enough men?
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. They have 12 guys.
Yeah, so
So Colerain, well, it evens out. Colerain had 10.
It
They had
doesn't-
12, so there was only a total of 21.
it doesn't
to go.
even out because even if the Cardinals have 10, they can play with 10. You just can't play with 12. Also, if the referees don't catch it and you snap it without a punter, it's a safety out of the back of the end zone.
As I said, Craig got a lot. Cooper Craig got kind of banged up last week. We saw him. He did warm up before the game. He warmed up before the game in full pads, but yeah, he is not playing tonight. And they miss him a little bit on defense.
Be interested to see him in this defense because they're running a 4-man front, and I don't know where you put him there. You put his hand in the dirt and let him be one of the defensive ends.
Back to punt for Colerain. Number 81, Luke McAfee.
So McAfee back to punt.
Yeah, I'd put him right there. They got Dustin Walker at left end, who backed up for Craig last week at outside linebacker.
Low snap, McAfee bobbles it and gets it away, and should have just took the knee. It's a touchdown off a block kick.
Yeah, we've had a lot of high snaps, not too many low. That one bounces into him, but you're absolutely right. Either kick it directly off the line or just fall on it. Give up 2, not 7.
It was 6 with the potential for 7, but yeah. So everything right on the first 2 series is gone backwards there for the Cardinals on their second. Blocked kick punt leads to a touchdown for the Vikings.
All set up by special teams. The big punt, the sack.
And on for the extra point, number 47, Parker Evans.
Parker Evans teeing it up for the Vikings.
And they'll have to kick it again as the Vikings jumped offside.
Colerain only had 10 players on the field.
Well, both teams were confused. I mean, both teams just shut and changed. Vikings had. I don't think the Vikings had. Yeah, the person who jumped, I don't think was a regular person supposed to be there. That's why he jumped, because they only had 10 men and they ran on someone late.
Colerain just runs on 2 late. They only had 9 on the field.
I was going to say, a quick change. It was, and after all that, kick is good. So with 3:29 to play here in the first quarter, the Vikings strike first. Princeton 7, Colerain nothing.
Princeton 7,
Yeah. The Princeton guy who jumped off sides, I think they just grabbed a guy off the bench and said, run out there, because we need someone for this spot.
Well, and with Craig playing on block kick, he wasn't there, but they were missing 2 guys when that started. So either way, ugly. Princeton Vikings strike first, 3:29 in the first quarter, 7-0. So again, thanks again to all of our volunteers at Waycross Community Media. We got great weather so far. Hopefully it holds up till we're done here. Got all volunteer staff here behind the camera, in the truck, doing your replay, all your stats. And if you want to be part of a broadcast or even create a broadcast of your own, remember, just call 513-825-2429, www.waycross.tv volunteers. It's right there on the screen. It doesn't have to be football. If you've just got an idea, want to be behind the mic, want to be behind the camera, or want to be behind the production, a lot of volunteers have gone to move up to bigger and better things. So thanks to all of our volunteers that are here tonight.
Cole Kimball set to kick off for the Vikings. Speaking of volunteer and a night tonight, what a night it is right now. It is a beautiful, it's cloudy, but you couldn't ask for a better fall evening for high school football.
Yeah, very little wind.
Kimball with a high. That's a great kickoff. Fumbled there by Lofton, and he's going to get tackled inside the 10-yard line. That was not only the compound of errors there because Lofton fumbled. That was a fantastic kickoff to get it that high and still not be a touchback. I don't know if Lofton catches clean, he even gets to the 20.
Sometimes you'll see on returns a little bobble like that. You get a little over pursuit and turn it into a big return. Not with this coverage team. Princeton does their job. Colerain going to start deep in their own territory at the 8-yard line.
Takes it. Phillips keeps on a quarterback keep. He's going to find some space. Chased out of the sidelines after a decent gain. He's going to get about 5, maybe 6 on the carry.
Vikings really committed to the middle of that. Look at that. All their linebackers, they had 5 people between the guards.
They had a double-A blitz, double-A gap blitz there.
It's a good read by Phillips. He doesn't run a lot, but when he needs to, he can.
Phillips checks the play at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 4. Man in motion. Phillips takes it, fakes the handoff, gives it up the middle to Williams, and he's going to be just short of a first down.
I don't know if the outside mic picked that up, but I certainly heard that in our ears. Colerain wants the heavy package for this short yard situation.
They want the heavy package, but one more person I think has to come out. There they go.
Ball spotted on the 17.
Timeout. We got an injured Viking, 97. C.J. Coleman.
Is it an injury or is it their uniform?
I don't know. Well, he was on a knee, and I don't know. He's up to get. Maybe he's got blood.
Yeah. Yep. You see the quick spray and the quick wrap over the knee. A little turf burn, most likely, on the knee. But what's big right there is he's got to come out from a play, and he is one of their big guys up front.
C.J. Coleman. Yeah, it's one of their big defensive tackles here on 3rd and short. Cardinals going to take it from under center, and a great tackle on the play by P.J. Nelson. He shot the gap and got Williams before he could get going.
Yeah, he just blitzed from the weak side, and that play took a little bit too long to develop.
4th and 4.
So not even close, not even worth trying for. So it's going to bring up another punting situation.
Number 81, Luke McAfee. Back receiving for the Vikings, number 3, Antonio Hunter.
The Vikings already blocked one. It was more of a case of a bad snap, but we'll see what they do here.
Yeah, and they can't kick away from Hunter, who's got 3 punt returns for a touchdowns this year.
Shift the formation. Another low snap. McAfee gets it, picks it up, and he gets it off. Hunter will catch this with a little bit of momentum. Makes the first man miss. Has the sideline. McAfee makes him cut back, but a big return inside the 20.
I'm not sure if we've switched long snappers. In the last couple of weeks, we've seen a lot of high that's back-to-back that have bounced, really putting a lot of pressure on your punter. Not only catch it, but to catch it and get a decent kick off.
1st and 10, Princeton.
So Princeton with outstanding field position takes over their own 17. Birch hands it off, trying to find space on the left, and he will, but with the aid of a penalty, it looks like the Cardinals could draw a flag.
I tell you, that's to be a big penalty, too. Gavin Colerain kind of got penetration from his defensive end and got held in the backfield, and it will be a spot foul.
And he kept contained until he was held, basically, there. There's a scene. It's going to be at right there's your hold. Good job by there. So a spot foul right about a yard or two behind the line of scrimmage will make it 1st and about 22 for the Vikings. Birch takes it, looks to throw. Up over top, he's gonna Hannah's man. But the throw was slow and the defense was slow, but the slow throw was also high.
Yeah, he had pretty good time to throw on this one. Looks downfield. Slightly underthrew, slightly behind, but I think if that pass is where it's supposed to be,
it's a touchdown.
That's a well, defense back right there too. It's gonna be close.
A little slow.
It's gonna be close.
Control the receiver, and again, I'm not to pick up our PA guy. He's really struggling with the Princeton 2s and 7s. He got that one mixed up again. Birch back to pass, looks over the middle, and that one's high, thrown right to a Cardinal defender who's got it and going. He's still on his feet, out ahead. First down, Colerain off an interception by Jaden Stevens.
Yeah, Stevens, the senior, just playing a little center field. They force this quarterback to do what he's pretty accurate. It's set on the year, it's 67%. It's his second interception. He had time, but he steps up in the pocket. He thought he saw somebody, and he did, but he just overthrew that receiver in the middle of the field.
And that's the thing. He has those passing statistics, but and I know you're probably Vikings. This is just human nature. You're looking ahead of the 0-8 Cardinals. Maybe you put some stuff in for your work on. This is a team that doesn't want to pass. They want to pound you with the run, but maybe set up a big pass, and that's why you have great running statistics because you want to play action. But the Cardinals sitting there in a first and long situation, able to sit back and make a play. Billups takes the snap, quick throw, and he throws it right back. Other way, touchdown, Princeton Vikings.
Somebody ran the wrong pattern or something was right there. Looked like he was trying to throw a quick hook, and the Colerain receivers were still running almost an out pattern there.
Solomon Farrell with the interception and touchdown. Might have woken up Princeton.
There's not just a quick throw, and there's really not a Colerain player in the area.
He threw it almost not even an out route, almost like a quick hook, but both the Cardinal receivers were running the inside slant, so don't know what happened there. I don't think you could give credit to the defense and special teams. I don't know if you're the Cardinals who've played better than they have most of the season, except for two plays where they have given Princeton two of the easiest touchdowns you can imagine. That blocked kick off a bad snap and a pick six right in your breadbasket.
Well, and this Colerain Cardinal team, it has no room for just a little mistake. Little mistakes have been snowballing them all year, but we watch this return, it's just a quick hitch. And there are 4 Vikings there, and they're all in front of the Colerain receivers. The little miscommunication, don't know if it was a bad read or it looked like somebody ran the wrong pattern.
Experience why we see the power of rehabilitative care every day here at Colerain High School. Again, our thanks to UC Health for their support of varsity football.
So 14-0 Princeton Vikings, 1:07 to play in the first quarter.
You know, this quarter went pretty quick about this last couple minutes.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Ryan O'Brien.
So O'Brien's back to return for the Colerain Cardinals after a monster kick last time.
Along with Ricardo Lofton.
Kicking out for the Vikings, the 34, Cole Kimball.
Kimball this time will get it just short of the end zone. Lofton takes it, trying to find something happening. And he'll get across the 10, but not much more.
You know, you got to have a little bit more sense of where you're out on that. If he lets that ball go, it lands in the end zone. You're playing from the 20-yard line. I know you want to make a play, but sometimes it's better to take the loss and live to make another play.
Especially against a team like Princeton that you know they have a speed across the board. You're probably not going to run around or past too many of them. So first down, Cardinals officially at their own 12-yard line. Billups, and he's just going to keep it and go left, keep it himself. Cuts it up, and he's going to lose about a yard.
Really just no blocking right there in that quarterback keeper. got away with a little bit of movement leading up ahead.
And I've seen that all night. I don't know if they're getting away with movement as so much as they're getting away with the slow snap.
I think it's more of the latter.
Just got to get the shoots and we can have ourselves a board game.
That
That was a terrible pun.
Right
I apologize.
Second and 12.
Cardinals go empty. Billups looks, sets up screen, and the Vikings read it all the way. Myrick hit immediately.
Yeah, it's one of the staples of the Colerain offense we've set there. Sometimes you go a little bit. First time we've seen it tonight, but it's one of their big making plays. Myrick does a great job just holding on to the ball after that big hit.
And that'll be the end of the first quarter. Princeton Vikings 14, Colerain Cardinals 0. And we've called his name all night. P.J. Nelson's the linebacker who made the initial contact. He's been all over for the Vikings in the first quarter. After one quarter here at Colerain High School, Princeton Vikings 14, Colerain Cardinals 0.
Remember, thanks for everybody that's listening at home on our YouTube chat. Remember, you can reach us in the booth, radio@wearecolerain.com. Heard from Lenny Lopez, some of our guys. It is senior night tonight. We'll mention a lot of our seniors at the end of the game. But we do what we do here, not tonight with the help of Waycross Community Media, but every week sponsored by the Colerain Boosters. So if you're not a booster member and you want to join, give a little support, just go to the link on wearecolerain.com and join the boosters. We're watching them here in a little extra action on the sidelines. This is throw for dough.
Is Gianna Schroeder.
Gianna Schroeder.
Last home game, our contestant was unable to hit the mark, so this game, if Gianna is able to throw one of the 3 footballs through the target, she will win $70.
And
she got it. She just won $70 from the throw for dough.
So back to football action.
She's got a uniform. Sign her up.
The website, copfcu.com.
Pretty sure she's one of the cheerleaders. Back to action. 3rd and 12 for the Cardinals. Billups takes a snap, looks to throw. He's under pressure, gets it away, and I think that's a throw up. Only put it where his receiver can get it, but his receiver, Corey Myrick, just a bit short.
Good idea, the out and up, and he beat the guy, beat the cornerback. There was a safety right there. It would have been a one-on-one. If that ball's right there, but, I don't mind a shot like that. It softens the defense.
Cardinals.
But again, we will be kicking from our own end zone.
Back to punt for Colerain, number 81, Luke McAfee. Back to return for the Vikings, number 3, Antonio Hunter.
Good snap this time. McAfee gets it away. Going to be a low punt. Hunter's going to get it about his own 42, and he's got the sidelines and some blockers. Cuts it back. Makes one man miss. Makes not another. It looks like a flag's going to put some damper on that return.
Yeah, it's going to bring it back a little bit. Probably a block in the back or a hold right there.
I'll be honest.
That was probably the best snap we've had all year.
Well, let's be honest. I think that penalty was totally unnecessary. The returner was past the guy who got blocked in the back. And not like close to being him. He was egregiously past him.
Holding on Princeton.
Cardinals change the field a little bit. Princeton will still start in Cardinal territory.
It'll be 1st and 10, Vikings.
Yeah, it's still going to be at the Colerain 48.
But it's not inside the Colerain 20.
This Colerain defense has done their job. We've even got 2 turnovers.
2 first quarter interceptions. Quick snap, handoff up the middle. Hambrick finds some space. He's brought down by Williams, but he's going to about 7, maybe 8 on the carry.
He's got a quick first step. He's got to burst through the hole right there. Just a sophomore, and it's a good hole.
The offensive line coach here at Princeton is the former Colerain Cardinal offensive coordinator, Rick Haynes. Was Lakota East head coach for a while. Now he's at Princeton as the offensive line coach. Another handoff to Hambrick. He's finding some space, and this one is going to be coming back.
Ball's loose.
But nope, they're going to call him down.
Carrier, number 25,
Yeah, I think
Stephen Hambrick.
a couple of the Colerain.
Corey
Yeah,
Myrick made it very clear he was being held here. But it will be downfield.
Interesting where this spot, there's Corey right there, reminding the referees that he's being held. And that ball did come out on contact.
So
But you were
both teams
saying-
get
You were
what?
saying earlier about Coach Haynes. You and I both discussed that when preseason. You played for Coach Haynes. I've watched him coach forever. Princeton Vikings for years and years and years have had the talent, and they've had offensive linemen. I mean, they've got one of the pros right now. But it was offensive line play. It's always hurt them in the past. I said this is going to be a much better team with Rick Haynes as your offensive.
And the thing about
line
Haynes
coach.
is not just technique, but it's also the conditioning he gets you in that offensive line. He's a tactician. Birch keeps it. He makes the missile man miss, and he's going to slide right close to a first down.
Yeah, it'll depend on the spot. It's going to be close.
They might stop to measure it. It's not just a technique thing with Coach Haynes. It's also, we're going to get so many reps in practice, even in individual drills, that you're going to be in shape no matter what. They will discuss measuring it. And
Yeah, I used to come to your practices when you played for Coach Haynes, and you'd work the first half hour on one step.
In the beginning of the year, eventually
right.
we got to the second step, but those first practices under Coach Haynes were just, how many times can you take that first step until you get it right? And they are going to be, it looks from here that he's got just enough, but is he going to get a piece of paper out to, yep, they're going to give it to him.
If you've got to look that close.
Well, I've seen the old take. They keep the
playing card in between.
Yeah, well, they keep the official record-keeping card in their back pocket. Use that.
It is such an imperfect science. Here, I'm going to put my foot here, toss it to me, and where I put it down. And 1 or 2 inches could mean the game. But
snap, hold, Hambrick. They're having success with that stretch play. He's going to be brought down after a good gain, close to another Princeton first down.
David Hambrick on the carry for the Vikings.
I want to say it was one of the Big Ten schools. I think Illinois, one of the teams that got upset last week. It was clearly a good field goal, and they called it. But all you have to do is have a sensor in the ball that tells you if it's in between the lines or where it goes on the field.
they're going to give him 9 on the play. 2nd down and 1.
So they will throw on 2nd and short and incomplete.
Incomplete pass for the Vikings.
Nice catch by whoever that was on the sidelines.
Tried to catch the Cardinals. Look and run. Not a bad pass, just off his hands. Not sure if he had room to get his feet down.
3rd and 1 on the 29.
But it gives him an option here on 3rd and short.
And honestly, it's 2-down territory. Birch has it, and it gets it just enough across for a first down.
On the carry for the Vikings, number 25, David Hambrick.
Of course, you talk about that technology, and I also at the same time read, basically, you get an injury. I'm not sure who that is. That is Greg Williams, slow to get up.
Williams going both ways and has been all year. It just played this entire season, Gus. I mean, he's banged up every game, but just keeps coming back. His helmet did come off, so he does need to come out for a play, but that is a first down for the Princeton Vikings.
The Cardinal 25.
Was there a flag on the field we didn't see?
Sideline warning. Colerain. It's the first one, so there's no consequence other than a warning to tell you next time it will be consequences. Handoff. Jet sweep, and across the 20, still on his feet. Goes to another Viking
Jordan
first
Fitzpatrick
down.
on the carry for Princeton.
That's Fitzpatrick on the carry for the Princeton
Brought down by
Vikings.
Cardinals, number 24.
Getting yards in chunks right now. Another 9 yards on first down.
Cardinals really have that new defense they're running out there, and it's just Princeton trying to figure out how they're attacking it. They found some weakness here for the
they're
first
just
time.
using their speed and just beating them to the corner.
Honestly, those stretch plays have been the ones that most successful. Hand up the middle, handbrake. Not much to go, but he doesn't need
David Hendrick
much.
on the carry for the Vikings.
Somehow he squeezed out of that pile for a little bit more than I thought he had.
Yeah, he was stopped initially and just got about a yard and a half, and all of a sudden that whole pile opened up.
First down, Vikings.
Is it inside the 10?
Or is it at the 10? It is at the 10. First and goal.
First and 10 Vikings on the 10.
Birch on the option, and that was not a good-looking play from the start.
D'Angelo Birch, the keeper for the Vikings.
Yeah, didn't catch a number on that defensive player.
35.
Dustin Walker with the 10.
Gavin Colerain.
But that read option is quick. You make a decision. That one was the triple option out of the gun, and that was just way too long to develop for the
All spotted
Vikings.
on the 17.
Well, and you've had success on the quick hitters. Why try to get cute at that point?
Handoff again. Handbrake cuts inside. He does a really – nope, that's not handbrake. He does a really good job following his blockers. He's going to get almost all the lost yardage.
Yeah, it's Tarantino in the ball game.
No, that's Brown Freeman.
On the carry for the Vikings, number
Tarantino
5.
is his
Tito
first.
Brown
Well,
Freeman.
Tarantino Brown Freeman. So you just had his first name.
Was I wrong?
Partially. You were half
Third and
wrong.
11.
We're on a first name basis.
Oh, okay.
We go way back.
Third and goal from the 11 for the
I
Vikings.
made that up.
I know. Birch looks, and he's just going to go to the corner of the end zone and batted away by the Cardinals.
Incomplete
Yeah, they
pass to
just
the
went
Vikings
jump ball
inside
right
for
there, and a
number
good
7,
job by
Jordan
Lawrence Young.
Vikings will
Houston.
send
Brought down
their
by
kicking team.
Cardinals, number 7, Lawrence Young.
Thought at first Young had undercut that, maybe played that a little bit short.
They had to play. They had to play. Yeah, they had to play early years similar where he did underplay it and just he was in perfect coverage until the ball floated right over his head because he misjudged it in the air. He was there to make that play.
And kicking will be number 47, Parker Evans.
Parker Evans
For
in for the
28
field
yard.
goal. 28 yards is up, and it is no good. So the Cardinal defense holds, and the offense will take over at their own 20.
Yeah, good pressure from the outside. It wasn't that bad of a snap, but a little bit of hesitation on the hold right there. It forced him to rush it right there, and he just hooked it.
I was just about to give the Vikings special teams credit. We talked about the offense, talked about the defense, but it's really been the special teams with the big kick return, the blocked punt return, really dictating the score and the field position up until that point right there where he misses the short field goal. 7:58 to play in the first half. Cardinals with the ball back.
We'll start at their own 20.
Try to get something. They had success on that opening drive that stalled in the red zone.
First and 10, Colerain from the 20.
Billups has it. Keeps it on the read option. Slips through there. Still on his feet. And close to a first down.
Sean Billups, the keeper for the Cardinals.
Yeah, Vikings, both of the middle linebackers attacked the running back on that. A good read
Down by number 1,
right
James
there.
Cole for Princeton.
The touchdown drive last week against Hamilton, that
Second
was
down and 2,
that
ball
was
on
the
the
key
28.
was Billups' wheels. His ability to run the ball really set them up well.
And he's not lightning in a bottle. He's not going to run away from people, but he's fast enough to take what the defense gives him.
Snaps back, handoff Williams. He's going to slide through, and he's got a
First
first down.
Greg Williams on the carry for the Cardinals.
Nothing fancy, just power football right up the middle.
Cardinals quickly to the
Paul Nelson
line.
on the tackle for the Vikings.
Let's
First
check
and 10,
the play
Colerain.
to the sideline. Snap, Handoff Williams in the backfield, cuts back. I'll tell you what, he is everywhere right now. P.J. Nelson with another tackle for the Vikings.
Yeah, we get a handoff here by Billups.
Paul Nelson for Princeton.
Pretty much not a read option, but Billups takes a big hit from the
I'll tell you what,
lineman.
you got to give Billups credit because Princeton is hitting him every play, regardless if he's even involved.
Princeton not exceedingly big, but they're long at the defensive line. Real athletic.
Man in motion, Billups looks under duress, steps up, trying to find something, nothing there. He'll won't get anything positive, but he minimizes the negative by stepping up and taking a short sack.
Yeah, he gets exactly to the original line of scrimmage.
He'll lose 2.
Paul Nelson on the tackle for the Vikings.
He lost something because the yard marker went
Third
backwards.
down 11,
Just telling you.
ball on the 31.
So 3rd and 11. Got to get out to the 43-yard line. So Princeton Viking down, but the referees allow him to get back up.
And
now the referees are
little
going to call
confusion.
timeout.
Colerain.
Timeout, Cardinals.
Looked like the play clock was running down, but was I wrong? Was there a Princeton linebacker laying on his back?
I didn't see
Oh,
it.
you didn't see it?
In the second quarter,
Yeah, it was 8, and 8's now talking to the trainer.
Northwest 0. At halftime, Hamilton 10, Sycamore 0. At halftime, Ross 28, Monroe 0. And also at halftime, Bishop Chatter 21, Elder 7.
So the Colerain was charged with a timeout. They'll have 1 left. Princeton has 2 timeouts.
5:35 on the clock. That's plenty of time. You don't really need to worry about timeouts. Either way.
The referees allowing this exceedingly
It's
long
a
timeout.
long timeout.
Well, I think 8 went down after the play
Yeah.
again, so that might a little bit of injury at that point allow him.
We're going to have your attention, please. We have just had a credit card given to us. It's been lost. So if you want to make sure that you have your credit cards, it's a MasterCard, Venmo. So it's here in the
3rd and
press
long
booth.
for the
Come on up
Cardinals.
and get it if you're
And a
credit
little
card.
bit of a
Thank you.
flinch.
As Princeton runs off their 12th player, Colerain Cardinals can't hold still, and they're going to get a motion penalty.
False start, Colerain. A 5-yard penalty, ball spotted on the 26. 3rd down, 16.
So it'll be 3rd down and 16.
Phillips under pressure gets it away, and I'll tell you what, 2 opportunities missed. Great play by number 12. Travis Lawrence to knock it away, but if he doesn't, Myrick is open under the post.
Yeah, he's coming on a crossing route right there.
Another Northwest High School, not ours, from the Northwest School District. Northwest School District.
Brett, that'll
playing Harrison.
bring on the punt team again. This time he'll be kicking from the green part of the field rather than the red end zone. And a very dangerous return man for the Princeton Vikings.
He already had 1 returned inside the 10. Good snap this time. McAfee gets it away. They will kick it away. Not the greatest kick
Yeah,
in theory, but it gets a decent bounce.
and there's some contact back there with the punter.
Nope, they're going to call holding on the Cardinals.
1st and 10 Vikings.
So it'd be interesting. The Princeton Vikings, it's a
You
spot
take
foul.
it. You take the penalty if you're the
Yeah.
Vikings.
So I believe Colerain's going to have to re-kick this. It's a spot foul by one of the up men.
That would be Rumpke. Also, Game
So he
On,
might be
your
kicking
local
this
organic
one from
lawn
the red
care. And if you're
end
interested
zone.
in becoming a sponsor, all you got to do is contact your athletic department here at Colerain High School. Also to let you know, we're going to be playing Split the Pot at halftime. At the end of halftime, we'll be announcing the numbers. So if you would, go ahead and get a few bucks out, be a part of that. You can win some extra money you can take home tonight after the game. Again, that's Split the Pot.
So with the spot foul, that's going to take the line of scrimmage all the way back just outside the Colerain 15. Return man Hunter now moves into Colerain territory. Probably not a good area for a fake for the Colerain.
4th and 25 for the 16.
Yeah, 4th and 25 from your own 16. Definitely a place to run the fake.
So just out of the shadow of his own end zone.
McAfee gets it away. This is a really good punt. Well, not really, but it gets it close enough.
Gets it out to the 39, no return, no flag on the play.
The punt would have been short of a first down.
The first
But-
and 10 Vikings on the 39.
No return.
But you've got a backup punter who's had one blocked, two snaps that have bounced to him. I'll take any kick off his foot, pretty much.
So Vikings try to get something going here. They'll run speed option right, forces a pitch, cutback still on his feet. And if you can't get him on the punt return, get the ball into the hands of Antonio Hunter out of the option.
For the Vikings, number 3,
Yeah, that was
Antonio
slow
Hunter,
developed.
first out of
Colerain
bounds by
Cardinals
number
stretched
16,
that out.
Staley.
Good patience by the quarterback. He gets it out there. Couple questionable blocks.
They've been a success, not on the jet sweeps, but the stretch plays. And that play took so long it almost became a stretch play.
But they were on the side of the field where that guy in stripes has been very he's liked to throw the flag so far
Big
today.
kid Greg Williams, but Hambrick's
Tino
going to pick
Brown
up about
Freeman
4 on the
carry for
play.
Princeton.
So Brown Freeman is going to pick up 4 on the play.
Birch out of the triple, hands it off, and Hambrick, not a lot, but enough to push the pile ahead for another 3 yards. It'll be 3rd and 2 for the
Brought
Vikings.
down by Cardinals, number 43.
Yeah, Philando Rowland. Oh, I'm sorry, that's Elijah. Yeah, no, that's Philando. 54, Philando Rowland. He's made a bunch of plays tonight.
Ball on the 19.
Asked to step up with Cooper Krieg out and the shift to this kind of 3 linebacker set. Handoff, Hambrick had it, bounces off a 1 tackle, trying to find something, and he's going to lose
Vikings ball
2
carrier
yards.
number 5,
Yeah,
Tino Brown
I don't know if we've seen him a lot on defense this year, but that was Colerain again, 85.
Brought down by
He's
Cardinals,
done a
number
really good
85.
job.
Yeah, but
He's at the
Colerain.
unfortunate spot with his size. He's probably not fast enough to be an outside linebacker, not big enough to be a 3-down lineman, interior lineman, but if they switch to this 4-man front, he's kind of in a good position.
And he's going against the
The left
what
tackle.
you would think their best offensive lineman being the left tackle and holding his own. They're going for it on 4th down.
And or flag or timeout.
I'm not. No, Mr. Uniform Police is making the wide receiver pull his pants down below his knees. That's his 4th uniform adjustment of the evening.
I think it's 5th because he's dot Myrick twice.
So both teams think about it. Not sure if they make any kind of adjustments here on the
If you're the
4th down and
Vikings,
5.
if you're the Vikings, you can't like that because you almost gave away your play there.
Well, and Colerain defense here's got to watch the hard count.
Nope, they're going to go quick. Birch, play action. He looks and he's got a receiver open right at the line to gain, and I think he's got just
Complete
enough.
pass to the Vikings, number 10, Micah Cottrell.
Yep, they're going to call it a first down.
Needed about
First out of
the
bounds by Cardinals, number 2,
17,
Cody
got the 16.
Yeah, just a simple
Myers.
timing
First and 10,
route.
Princeton.
Got to the line to get, and just a quick little hook pattern. Colerain give him a little bit too much of a cushion there.
3:10 to play in the first half.
Again, more movement. I believe they got
Flag on the play.
the tight end lined up at fullback.
No, also the extra lineman lined up at tight end.
Penalty.
I think all of the tight ends jumped on that position. The one on the offensive line and the one in the backfield. Both of the tight ends jumped.
Ball on the 21.
Colerain doesn't fall for the hard count. Play clock down to 10.
Birch takes it. They're going to go back to the triple handoff inside. Big hit. Stays on his feet. Is it Antonio Tino Brown Freeman close to the original line of scrimmage?
Big hit contact right there. Does great. You know, not the tallest guy, but pretty thick. Colerain linebacker. Not sure who that was.
Zach Battle Holmes on the tackle for the Cardinals.
I don't know what's going on here.
Greg Williams.
No,
Yep.
54 is the one that came out.
No, number 8
No,
is the
54 is the one being escorted out. So
number 8 is the one laying on the field.
I know, but 54 was the one with all the medical trainers. Now the medical trainers are on Greg Williams when he went down.
And that's the only thing. This Colerain defense has been on the field a lot, has done their job. But Williams, one of their leaders on both sides, gone both ways. They're stretching him out like it's just a cramp right there, but it's still only the first quarter. And once you start cramping, it's really kind of hard to stop.
Cramping is a thermoregulation issue. It's your body's inability to control its internal temperature. That's what triggers the
I heard it's muscle
cramping.
trolls that just want to get out of your leg. No.
Your body's inability to cool that muscle is what causes the...
So Colerain going to have to go a little bit deeper into their bench right now.
Okay, here's the thing. Both of your linebackers went out. Not Williams and Roland both went out. So you got three new linebackers in there. And that's what happens. Touchdown up the middle, Brown Freeman.
Yeah, defensive line did a good job. There wasn't really much of a hole initially. Just a good patient run waiting for something to develop. As we see a replay, really nothing there, but he just kind of bounces it outside. Good job. It is number 50 for the Princeton Vikings. One of the offensive linemen downfield doing his job, Jonas Long.
But
springs him on that long run.
Cooper Gregg's not dressed, and then your other starting linebackers out on that play, and then the backup other linebacker out on that play. You only had one starter back there, possibly only one backup in there.
So
Vikings had a touchdown here late in the half.
First sustained drive.
It's the first offensive touchdown.
Yep.
First one.
And that one actually, that one started inside the Colerain territory, just inside the 50. So speaking of left tackles, one of the offensive linemen there for the Vikings being helped off, Jalen Eberhardt. Hopefully that young man will be back in the game soon.
Holding for the extra point, number 18, D'Angelo Birch. And number 47, Parker Evans, be kicking.
Snap is back, holds down, kick is good with 2:34 to play here in the first half. Vikings for the first time offensively score, but they now lead 21-0 over the Colerain Cardinals.
And we talked pregame, Brandon, about all the offensive stats they got, but don't let that fool you. The offense is set up by the defense. This defense is second in total points given up in the league. And Colerain's offense has been able, other than that first drive where they kind of moved the ball.
The drive A couple of the drives previously, they got a first down or two, but drive stalled.
But they haven't been able to sustain anything.
But, and again, it's not even just the offense. And this is an oddity for really Princeton because it's actually usually been one of their weaknesses. Take away that missed field goal, it's been special teams. Their kickoff has been very good. The punt block obviously was there, and then the punt return, even though they didn't get any points out of it, got it inside the 20-yard line. They immediately gave the ball back.
And you can't go without, if you're talking about special teams, the 2 kickoffs.
That's what it's, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's not just, I mean, the one Cole Kimball kickoff was almost perfect. The one that bobbled, I mean, in terms of height and distance and allowing his defense to get there. And they haven't got a kickoff return past the 15-yard line. This one will be just short of the end zone, about the 4.5-yard line. O'Brien makes one man miss, can't miss it again, but he coughs it up, picked up Lofton down the sidelines, cuts back, he's in open field, cuts back down the sidelines, drug down, first down, Colerain Cardinals.
Why don't they just do that every time?
Why don't you throw the ball forward, fumble it forward?
Princeton Vikings does a great job as we watch the replay. Make initial contact. They punch the ball out, but Lofton is right there. Johnny on the spot picks it up without even breaking stride, and he's got a convoy of Colerain Cardinals in front of him.
And the Vikings' coverage was so good that all of the defenders were at the ball. So when it popped out of the pile, well, there's no one in front of Lofton after he picks it up.
So see if Colerain offense, they got 1 timeout, 2:19 left to play till the halftime. They're starting it at the Princeton Viking 39.
If you run this right, clock should not be an issue at all. Should. Bobble the snap. And that leads to a sack for a loss of 5.
Brought down by Vikings, number 11.
Wasn't a bad snap. That gets back to Billups. Not sure if he was looked up, but the Princeton Vikings, I think he saw the blitz coming again. They went that A-gap blitz.
16, ball in the 45.
They pretty much a lot on that first down. If they're guess and run, they're sending everybody right up that middle, challenging this offensive line.
Bring the blitz again. Billups gets outside of it and still gets away. He's got
space.
No, it's going to close. He's going to get something out of it. And he's going to get 15 more.
Sean Billups, the carrier for Colerain. Push out of bounds by Vikings Stephon Lexman.
Yeah, a little bit of extracurricular activities that didn't need to happen. Late hit by the Princeton Vikings out of bounds. Then he continued to run his mouth, which incited a couple of the Colerain players who should have stepped away. Good job by the coaches, but don't know if they're going to get a couple extra penalties tacked on. Interesting what they're going to do with all this extracurricular after the play.
And here's the thing, especially for the Princeton Vikings, as that coaching staff has to know better. They're just going to call this on the Vikings because really, without the benefit of replay and all that, you can't actually. You're just trying to make sure nothing worse happens. But if you're the Princeton Vikings, your coach Andre Parker, you have to immediately make this clear to your team. The Cardinals have nothing to play for next week. The Vikings have everything to play for.
Yeah,
they have the GMC championship on the line. They have an undefeated season. They have a possible, higher seed come time for the. There's no. You should be.
Well, and at the high school level, if you're kicked out of a game.
I believe it's two games after. So obviously you're going to be the advantage of being the 1 or 2 seed over a 15 or 16. But you don't want any people to miss unnecessary time. So if I'm Coach Parker, I call a timeout just to yell at my team to stay away. And if that's not the halftime message, it's a little bit lost. So after the penalty, first down from the 22 for Billups. Looks to throw under pressure again, steps away, still on his feet, and he's just got to throw that away, but he's sacked for a big loss.
Yeah, the one thing you can't do is take a sack. I mean, there's initial pressure right there, but when you're flushed out of the pocket, there's really kind of, it's hard because you got to have time to set your feet, and really there's enough pressure right there.
And it's a good moment. You saw Coach Daniel Rod, the passing game coordinator, quarterbacks coach, he immediately took Billups and just kind of, and I think that's one where Billups panicked in the moment, and he saw that in his eyes and did a little bit of a coaching moment there to say, hey, it's okay, take a breath. You made a bad situation worse. He didn't make it. The worst possible would have been, fumble it or throw it into coverage, but
that's what you said, a good coachable moment, but then because you've got a kid that is probably being harder on himself for that play than you could ever be. So you got to calm him down because there's a whole second half left to play. And it's going to take it all the way back to the 35.
For more information.
So it'll be second down, and what is that, 22? 23?
116. Interesting that the Vikings called timeout here. I don't really know why.
They want the ball back?
I guess, but you're going to get the ball deep in your, well, we'll see. Stack receivers either side. Billups takes it. They're bringing pressure again. Quickly gets it out. And incomplete.
Yeah, Princeton Vikings really trusting their defensive back. Knowing it's a passing situation, they're bringing pretty much a jailbreak,
and
bringing all the linebackers.
With the distance to gain the first down, you don't even have to trust your DBs. You can just sit them 20 yards back and say, bring a full rush, go ahead and complete 5 to 10 yards in front of us.
And with this limited time back, I mean, I don't mind that for Colerain. Throw it to a jump ball. It's just like a punt if you don't get it. But with this blitz, he does not have time to make a read. It's got to be just a quick and go timing route.
You say that, and they only bring 3 this time. He has O'Brien over the middle, and touchdown Cardinals.
How about that? Give him a little bit of time. No rush that time. It's been open the entire time if he's had time. We saw Cooper Creek catch his only pass of the year on that little post route.
And we talked about it. If you get a look on the sidelines, what a good throw there by Billups. Finds the man to receive. The first moment, we talked about it in the previous play, Coach Rod using the teaching moment. The first thing he did, Billups went right to him there on the sidelines and found him, and they had a little moment. Snap is back, kick is up. Kick is good. It's the little victory for the Colerain Cardinals. They put 7 on the board with 1:05 to play in the first half. Colerain 21, Colerain 7.
And being getting to know Coach Rod over the years, a fiery competitor, and you're absolutely right. The first player on that field to celebrate with his quarterback was Coach Rod. It found the 2 safeties, spread them out, so that you got a little bit of a gap behind the linebackers between the safeties. I believe that's O'Brien's first touchdown of the year. But it does leave 1:05 left on the clock. Princeton has 1 timeout left.
They do get the ball back, but
and a dangerous receiver. We saw Colerain really try to kick it away from him last time.
Yeah. Antonio Hunter, like we said, 4 returns for touchdowns so far in the year.
Only 1 is a kickoff, though.
Only 1 is a kickoff, right? But we've seen that tonight.
We've seen it
tonight. Why, though? We've seen it tonight why he has 3 punt returns. Because the defense sets them up on a short field, gets pressure on the kick. It's not just – don't get me wrong, Hunter's probably a very good returner, but it's his whole punt team and defense that also leads to those returns.
Well, I'm guessing all other teams have quit kicking to him too.
Squib kick picked up by Princeton. He's got a seam, and he's going to get across midfield does Donovan Favors.
Return for
So
Princeton.
Princeton will have themselves 58 seconds and one timeout to get themselves some points, but there is a
There's
flag
a flag.
at midfield.
It, don't tell me he called that face mask.
Credit's going to go
He called
to
it.
Dante Jarman
His face mask
with
on
the
ground.
tackle, but they're going to call a face mask. Was it on the tackle or away from the play?
It was on the tackle, and his hand was near the face mask, but I don't believe he ever grabbed the face mask. Let's see. It's right here. What great camera work.
It'll be 1st and 10 Vikings on the 39.
He hands to the face, but he
And
doesn't grab it.
they only called the 5-yard.
Okay. So Princeton Vikings 1 timeout, 58 seconds into Colerain territory.
Birch sets up screen, and no flag on there.
Pass for the Vikings, number 25.
Yeah, Corey Myrick was pretty much tackled right there.
Everyone expected a penalty. Even the Viking sidelines, you could kind of tell, like, oh, man, that's going to be a penalty, but they'll take advantage. First down, Vikings.
Right there.
50 seconds and counting.
When you see a guy throw his hands up to say, I'm not doing anything,
You almost saw the
he's
offense.
usually doing something.
You almost saw the sidelines kind of like, oh, that's going to get called, but it didn't. Birch, step back. They'll run the same play, other side of the field, and he'll be tackled short of the line to gain. Clock is still running at 30 seconds now. This is poorly.
Takes a big hit
This is
from
not.
Myrick.
I know you like that play, but you're wasting way too much time here. It's still clocking down at 25 seconds. Second down. You're at your own 20. 20 seconds now. What are the Vikings doing? Still going. 15 seconds on the. Oh, I guess you guys can see it at home. 10 seconds. And they're only going to get one, maybe two shots here going deep over the top and knocked away.
Incomplete pass for the Vikings intended for number 3, Antonio Hunter.
So now you're either going to take one shot at the end zone or a 37-yard field goal. You don't really have time for both here.
Yeah, Hambrick down for the Vikings. He was banged up on that last play, or the second to last play. Probably should have took himself out.
Officials timeout.
So not a well-managed situation here offensively for the Vikings.
Especially to still have a timeout there.
You have a timeout. You start it in Cardinal like deep. You start it inside the Cardinal 40. You're set up, and you've got 6 seconds at a long.
You lost at least 20 seconds setting up that last play.
Yeah.
And I think you don't like it when people fake it. Other teams use to fake it, but Hambrick was hurt on that play. He should have stayed down.
Now, I think he would have been either forced for a 10-second runoff or call their timeout.
You're right. I forgot about the runoff. So Hambrick up running off the field on his own. Are they bringing the kicker in?
It does look like the kicker. Do you have the kicking stats?
But this is the other kicker.
Yeah, now you might have one long distance specialist. What was the kicker stats in the year? Do you have those there?
I do somewhere.
Right here. I'll get them for you. I can have them in my hand.
Up for the field goal for Princeton.
Both kickers have two attempts or two made field goals. The long is 33, so this would be a
35-yard field.
36-yarder long in the
Sophomore
air.
Kimball.
Kick is back, and it's good. So with 2 seconds left in the half, the long
Vikings 24,
kick return
7.
gets the Vikings 3 points.
That would have been good from 45.
And I think you got the distance of that. He might not be the most accurate, but he definitely
had
had
the
the distance on it. And he's the kid who had the kickoff, so just a sophomore. So, at the high school level, it's always hard to find yourself a kicker. Usually, sometimes you just grab the kid who has the strongest leg. It might be a linebacker or someone, or you just find the kid off the soccer team who doesn't really know how to kick a football. It looks like Vikings have themselves a kicker for the next 3 years.
So with 2 seconds left, this is about the only time that I would say, no matter where this is at, you're returning it.
what you do for the Cardinals on your kick return.
Double reverse with an option to pass at
You
any
get
time.
tackled, and then you fumble it forward. Someone
Just-
else picks it up, and you just keep doing that, and that's the,
The Raider rule.
what is that, the holy roller?
Back to receive for the Cardinals, number 14, Ricardo Lofton, and number 21, Ryan O'Brien.
As good as his kickoffs have been high and right inside the goal line, this is when you just tell him,
I'd squib this time.
no,
I'd
no,
make one of the
he's
big
got
guys
the
run.
leg. I would just kick it out, take your touchback, make the Cardinals take a knee with no time on, to get the last 2 seconds off. Oh, they're just going to squib it. It is loose.
Yep, but
It's not going to matter who recovers it.
I'm
I
going
think
to have offsides.
Princeton's offsides. Cardinals are going to decline, even though Princeton recovers it, but doesn't matter. Time has expired. After 1/2 a play here at Colerain High School, it's the Princeton Vikings 24, Colerain Cardinals 7.
Why do they officiate? For some, it's a way of staying involved in a sport they grew up with. For others, it's a way to pay it forward by helping kids who play today and tomorrow. It's also a great way to stay active, make extra money, and work with friends. And all of them will say it boils down to one thing: the love of the game. Find your reasons and log on to ohsaa.org to find out how to become an official. You'll be glad you did. This is the Ohio High School Athletic Association. Educate through sports.
If I play sports for my school, I'll learn how to be part of a team.
I will have more friends. I will be active now and when I'm a grown-up.
I will learn how to work hard.
I'll have better attendance.
I'll learn how to overcome adversity. I'll be more likely to go to college. I will learn how to get along with others. If I play sports for my school.
If I play sports for my school.
If I play sports for my school.
I must learn to be a good student during school if I want to put on my uniform after school.
And welcome back here to Colerain High School. The Princeton Vikings lead the Colerain Cardinals 24-7 here on Waycross Community Media's presentation of Colerain Cardinal football. Brandon Wyatt alongside Brian Wyatt. We have a couple halftime scores to report out. Elsewhere in the GMC, Hamilton leads Sycamore 17-0 in a battle between two teams that apparently either can or can't make extra points. Fairfield 13, Middletown 15. Oak Hills leads Lakota East 14-7, and we have a scorcher over there in between the Mason Comets and Lakota West. Those two teams, 0 points in the first half, tied at 0 after 1 hour to play. Elsewhere, Elder battling Indianapolis Bishop Chatard 28, Elder 7. LaSalle had to drive all the way to Detroit this morning for their game with Detroit Central Catholic. They trail 14-7. Moeller and St. Ed also tied at 0, but unlike Lakota West and Mason, that's because Moeller and St. Ed play on Saturday. That game hasn't started yet. That's why it's still 0-0. The presumptive, if they win out, which they should, Milford Eagles, that's right, Milford Eagles will be the number 1 seed. They lead West Claremont 13-0. Springboro leads Miamisburg 2017. Springboro leads Wayne 24-8. And a potential streak of, I think it's 70, it might even be 100-plus games in the regular season, might come to an end. Wyoming's streak might end tonight. They trail Indian Hill 14-3 at halftime, but after a big return in one play, they trail 21-3 to the Indian Hills Braves. So the Colerain Cardinals won the opening toss. They elected to defer their choice to the second half, and they have chose to receive the kickoff to start the second half.
Colerain showed a little life there with their offense in that second quarter. They've moved the ball, only capitalized on that one big play. Special teams right now is where the Vikings have been controlling this. A block kick, a big return, big kickoffs. They did miss one field goal, but had one decently linked field goal go. So the Colerain defense is doing a good job on this offense from the Princeton Vikings. But down 3 scores, you have to catch lightning in a bottle here.
Cole Kimball set to kick off for the Vikings. Anytime there's a Cole, I want to finish it with Cole Trickle from Days of Thunder.
Receive for Colerain, number 4, J.J. Huff. Number 21, Ryan O'Brien.
Kimball. Kick is away. Be fielded by Lofton just inside his 10. He has it, makes the first man miss, slides through, close to the 20-yard line. But again, great kick and great coverage by Princeton on the kickoff.
Yeah, it's going to keep him just inside the 20. He gets great height on his kick, which allows, Princeton's always going to have speed, but the coverage team, it's a little bit of extra time with that ball, with that much hang time.
And we talked about it a little bit at halftime. This is the game Princeton wants to play. They're not explosive offense, but and we nicknamed it before in the past spect ball after what St. X used to do it. They want to put you deep in your own end zone, play really good defense, get short fields from themselves.
And feed off your mistakes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Colerain Cardinals will try to get on track here to start the second half. They'll go empty backfield. Man in motion, low snap, and
Not sure if Billups got back on that.
I don't know.
I don't know if that snap did it hit the guy that was going in motion? Did it just not come up off the ground?
Second down. I just don't think it came up off the ground.
Nope, that's exactly what happened. That ball just never lost ground and almost didn't even get back to Billups.
It almost wasn't even snapped.
It moved. So going to lose 2 yards on that play.
Second and 12. Snaps back. Quick little hitter to Burton. One-on-one, and he's tackled hard after a short gain.
Number 19, Terrell Burton.
Yeah, Burton makes the catch, but he pays for it. He pretty much just got back to the line of scrimmage. Just a quick out, sets him one-on-one. Defensive back keeps him in front, gets away with a face mask, and
I was about to say,
leading with the crown of the helmet right there.
Jordan Houston. I thought it was close.
Well, he was on the side where the referee on that side has been very, very plentiful with his flags.
Billups back to pass under pressure, rolling out. He's got room, and he is cut off. Good pursuit. I'll tell you what, he came off earlier hurt, but C.J. Coleman has been a monster up front for the Princeton Vikings. He closed that great angle taken to force Billups out of bounds.
Yeah, we were talking earlier. This front four is not overly big. It's not, but got a lot of height and athleticism at every position.
You got a defensive tackle cutting off. Billups has no one else there in the field, and what a great play by Coleman. So Cardinals forced to punt here, 4th and 5.
Back to return for the Vikings, number 3, Antonio Hunter.
Antonio Hunter set up very short.
Penalty flag on the play.
There was 5 seconds left on the play clock.
He called illegal shift. He didn't call it illegal.
Okay, I was trying to see.
No, but not illegal shift, illegal substitution. Looks like Cardinals had 12. They had 10 earlier. They had 12 that time.
You've got a lot of guys out and on a training table, but you've got to know your personnel for each position group.
Good snap this time. McAfee gets it away. Hunter under it. He makes the first man miss. Trying to get to the edge, and he does. Going to get it deep in the Cardinal territory across the 25. And like we said, this is what they want to do.
He's dangerous. We said that earlier. 3 punt returns for touchdowns for on the season. He's had a couple big ones tonight. Does a great job. He's got wheels, but he's got vision too. He sets up his blockers well. And when you get the punter is the one that's going to knock him out of bounds. You've done your job as a return man.
1st and 10, Vikings.
So another short field for the Vikings, starting at the Colerain 27. No, I'm sorry, 22.
Handoff around the edge. Gets out of the tackle, but a big hit. Didn't see who made that play.
Again, he didn't get to the tackle this time, but a disruptor right now all night, Gavin Colerain.
Corey Myrick makes the tackle, but he is slow to get up.
On the tackle for the Cardinals, number 2, Corey Myrick.
And it's getting thin out there for the Cardinals. I mean, it's so thin right now at the linebacker spot outside of Danielson and Williams that Dustin Walker was an offensive tackle at the beginning of the year, was a defensive end at the beginning of tonight, and now he's been forced to move to middle linebacker because they're so short at the linebacker position right now.
And it's I would say unseasonably warm tonight, but not overly. But it looks like Myrick here is cramping. But he will have to come out of play. Colerain does well on first down, but he did not get back to the line of scrimmage, so it'll be 2nd down 11.
Yeah, he didn't make the tackle again, to give credit. He's been making plays, Gavin Colerain all night.
Second 11, ball spotted on the 23-yard line.
And I don't know if we've seen him all year.
Making plays tonight. Birch drops back, looks for the slant, not there, rolls, throws, complete, but there is a penalty flag on the play.
In the area of holding.
Number 3, Antonio Hunter. Flag on the play.
Yeah, the Cardinals have not got a lot of pressure on the quarterback tonight, but that's the second or third time they've drawn a holding penalty on a pass play. And there it is, Zane Battle Holmes being held. And that's a spot foul from the backfield, so that's going to be a huge penalty on second down. Oh, nope, they're not going to. Not quite as bad.
Not too deep in the backfield.
But still not good.
Going to bring it out to the 32, so second down and 21.
Birch looks to pass. Under pressure, steps up to throw, and he's just going to tuck and run and pick up about 1 or 2 yards on the play.
D'Angelo Birch, keeper for the Vikings.
Yeah, that's more of a coverage sack down there. He had enough time. He makes his read, but nowhere to throw. He steps up in the pocket and still nowhere.
And a good play.
4-man front.
And it may not seem like it for Princeton Vikings fans, but that's a good play by a sophomore. He made a bunch of mistakes that first quarter. He did the smart thing. Take the short gain. Don't give up. Throw it away on the big play. Screen underneath, and Greg Williams all over it. It'll be fourth down for the Princeton Vikings.
Yeah, reads it right away and only gives up 2 yards. Interesting where they go. This is too far for a field goal.
But it's a very long fourth down, too.
And we've said earlier, if it reaches the end zone, but this might not. Well, we saw the sophomore kicker have a pretty big leg, but no, the Princeton offense is going to stay out there.
It might be a quick punt, though, as well. But we'll see. Birch takes it. They're going to throw deep. Looks underneath, and Greg Williams had him. Lost him. Birch gets it away and caught for a first down.
It's close.
No, he needed.
Oh, he got.
You're at the wrong
distance
line. He got the first down. Greg Williams had the big stop and a sack, and D'Angelo Birch gets away. Nope, that wasn't
11.
Wasn't Greg Williams. That was
First and 10 for
Gary Oglesby. Handoff, middle. Good patient run, spinning off, still on his feet. And Brown Freeman in for a touchdown.
Yeah, that fourth down conversion took the wind out of the sails right there, and you've got a very tired defense.
Oh, yeah.
Been out there a long time, Dave.
A tired, depleted defense, too.
Pointing for the extra point for the Vikings, number 18, D'Angelo Birch. And kicking will be number 47, Parker Evans.
So snap is back, kick is up, and it is good at 8:03 in the third quarter. Vikings score again to continue their lead, 31-7 over your host Colerain Cardinals.
Third quarter, Middletown 15, Fairfield 13. Third quarter, Hamilton 17, Sycamore 0.
So we watch a replay here. That downfield is covered up, but he stays with it, kind of just throws it to an area.
Did get a quick score update. It's now Mason 7, Lakota West 0. So with the win tonight over the Colerain and that Lakota West loss, that would guarantee a GMC championship for Princeton regardless of next week. So they can clinch it tonight if that score holds.
But would that hurt Princeton in the overall playoff picture?
No, at GMC the wins all count the same. So doesn't matter who beats who if they beat everyone else. But they could. The only other team then with one loss in the GMC is Hamilton, who they already beat.
Well, I'm talking the overall, the playoff picture with Milford. For a 1 seed, they could go undefeated.
No. Like I said, all the GMC games count against each other. The only thing affects their possible seeding would be them losing or their week 1 opponent. Everything else is kind of netted out. Now, for Milford, their side, if they win out, they're gonna win. Those extra non-conference opponents that non-GMs that these ECC schools have give them a better opportunity to get position points in the Harbins. Cardinals set to kick in. Already depleted linebacker court. Now Hayden Danielson is on the trainer's table for the Colerain Cardinals. Lofton takes it. Another great kickoff by the Vikings. Lofton hands track down. We talked a lot. This is a really good defense. Outside of that 1 minute field goal, this special teams has been fantastic for the Princeton Vikings.
Oh, the coverage has been excellent, but you said you get the great height with the kick. Normally, all night they've been kicking up the middle. That time they kind of pinned him in a corner, and any return player from any team has got wheels. He was caught from behind right there. So you get
Cardinals take over at their own 11, and another possession starting inside their own 20.
So I see Myrick is back in the game playing wide receiver.
Billups keeps it, quarterback around the edge, and he was forced out of bounds after about a 4, maybe 5 yard gain.
Hadn't seen a lot of him running up the last couple of weeks. It just kind of gives you can't key the running backs. Colerain's running game has been pretty much non-existent this year because you only had to key on a running back. Any kind of run by your quarterback here kind of spreads out the defense.
Quarterback draw the other way, and takes a big hit and be about a yard short of the first down.
Yeah, that hit looks a little bit worse than it was. He had to kind of go airborne to get over the pile. It just happens a bit high load. But when the high part of a high low is a defensive tackle.
Correction. I thought he was just short of the 20. He needs actually the 21 for the first down, so it's a little bit longer here on third down. But a third and short nonetheless for the Cardinals.
Yeah, 3rd and short, and they've gone 5 wide receivers.
Phillips looks, takes it up, and he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, but it's going to be short of the first down.
On the tackle for the Vikings, number 11, Elite Gerard.
Yeah, I think that was a one read and go. But the defensive line pretty much camping on the quarterback draw right there.
4th down and 1. Back to punt for Colerain. Number 81, Luke McAfee.
So again, Colerain just kind of can't do anything with to flip the field like they did that first half. They've been punting inside their own 10 at least 5 times tonight.
1, 2. Colerain only has 9 guys on the field. They'll have to call timeout.
We'd like to take a moment to thank our friends at UC Health. Very proud to be the official.
I said it earlier. I know you got a lot of guys hurt, but situationally you have to know who's on what squad, offense, defense, special teams.
UC Health's world-class physicians diagnose and treat all of orthopedic, spine, hand, joint, trauma, and sports medicine conditions. You can find out more at their website at uchealth.com and experience why we see the power of rehabilitative care every day here at Colerain High School. Again, our thanks to UC Health for their support of boys varsity football.
Colerain's first time out of the half. Yeah, coach is just looking to find 11 healthy bodies.
Snap is back. McAfee gets it away.
Get a hop.
Does get a hop away from Hunter, and he will make the first 3 guys miss.
Wow.
Still on his feet, still
Wow.
going, cutting back. He's just got the punter to beat. He cuts back.
Wow.
And
Punter stayed with him.
Punter stays with them.
Antonio Hunter on the return for Princeton.
You celebrate 81. That was a heck of a play to keep him out of the end zone. But even a bigger play, he steps back to pick this up. There's nothing but black jerseys around him, but somehow he breaks a couple tackles. Then he starts following his blockers. We see the kicker is blocked out of the way. Sticks with him. No horse collar. He's got him on the side. But Princeton, again, starting inside deep, about as deep as you can into Colerain territory. They're starting at the 6. They score again. I believe we're going to go into running clock. Colerain got enough defenders on the field? Yeah, Colerain is so beat up. I hate to beat a dead horse or broken record. They're so depleted on the linebacking core.
Yeah, Greg Williams is out. I mean, Danielson did come back in, but now you see freshmen.
You're putting a white helmet in there.
Yeah, for those of you at home unaware, freshmen do not get stickers. So the all-white helmet is a freshman.
Ethan Dixon.
Will come into the game.
Listed as a running back, linebacker, defensive lineman.
When you're a freshman and that's your position, that kid's an athlete. Will
You're
find
the big,
a spot.
yeah.
You're bigger than faster than everyone on freshman team. Let's go find you a spot on the upper level.
And I haven't kept track. The freshmen for a long time were undefeated. Have they?
I think they lost one game. They've lost one game. They did beat Lakota West 6-2. I know it was the last time. I think they still have one loss in the year. I did not see the score from this week. Jet sweep, trying to find the edge, and for the third time tonight, Freeman Brown with the score.
Just follow his blockers out there. More blockers than defenders. Shows great patience. Gets the edge. Myrick's got a shot.
On for the extra point for the Vikings holding will be number 18, D'Angelo Birch. Kicking number 47, Parker Evans.
So Parker Evans in to kick for the Princeton Vikings.
Kick is up. Kick is off the upright, but play is dead immediately. You cannot return that in high school. So with 6 minutes to play in the third quarter, it's now Princeton 37, Colerain 7. Fortunate, unfortunate, depending on your point of view, because there's a 30-point.
That's what I was going to ask. If it's 30 or more than 30, because that
30
extra
points,
point.
So now we will have a running clock for till the game score is within that 30 points.
Normal clock operations will resume.
So the clock will only stop at changes, possessions, quarters, and timeouts. Of course, that running clock will not start until it is kicked off.
Until it starts. I say that clock, as you said, only will stop on change of possessions, injuries, or scores.
Back to receive for the Cardinals, number 21, Ryan O'Brien, and also number 80, Jawan Hopgood.
We did mention it earlier. Touchdown seconds ago. Mason and Lakota West are all tied at 7.
So kind of got a different return man back. Ryan O'Brien will be your main returner, but they got
Lofton's
Jawan Hopgood.
Bryant's going to take it, bobble it at his own 5, and just fall on it. So Lofton's, they don't, it's out of necessity. Lofton's on the
training table too.
On the return for the Cardinals, number 14, Ricardo Lofton.
Which now begs the question, Williams going both ways is your number 1 running back. Lofton's your number 2 running back. I don't know who the maybe J.J. Huff is the utility knife that they have for the Colerain offense. I guess he goes to the running back position. Running clock will start now. Well, I guess it was going after the kickoff.
1st and 10 Cardinals on the 9.
Yeah, Cardinals looked at a huddle for an audible, but the play clock expired. So
half the team was looking to the side for an audible, waiting for the coach to get it in. The other half snapped the ball. Nobody watching the play clock. So Colerain are getting a delay of gain, half the distance.
And out the 4-yard line.
And again, the play clock has started.
Phillips hands it off. A little bit of a gain there. I don't see who the ball carrier was. J.J. Huff picks up about 3 yards on the carry.
Yeah, gets most of the penalty back. Gives him a little bit more of a cushion away from the end zone to work with.
2nd and 12.
Phillips looks to throw. He's under pressure. He's going to roll. He throws it up and over. Oh, he had it, but Burton stopped running. Defense committed to stop him. He throws it over, and Burton's all alone, but Burton had stopped running.
Yeah, that's when I don't know if they teach at that too much on this level, but when you go to the scramble drill, you've got your short receivers come back to the quarterback. Your deep receivers keep going deep. One thing you don't do is stop moving, and there's a little bit of miscommunication, but no sack, just an incomplete pass.
Phillips sets up screen.
Oh, they got it.
J.J. Huff trying to find some space in a. Is that?
J.J. Huff on the carry for Colerain.
What's the number there? Is that 1 or 7?
7.
Good play there by the young man in the corner. He made a tackle earlier on Myrick, or on Burton. Jordan Houston with a really good tackle, because Huff had the numbers on that side, but Houston did a good job of making the defensive play. So McAfee back to punt.
Number 3, Antonio Hunter.
Antonio Hunter back again. He's showed time and time again how dangerous he is back there.
And again, McAfee be kicking from his own end zone.
And he's forced to take it down because of the pressure, and McAfee does the smart thing this time and not try to kick it.
But he might have got a face mask. They might have helped us out there.
McAfee pushed out of bounds by number 3.
There looks like there's a flag right at the point of contact, and it looked like McAfee, at least initially, if we can get a replay, had his head turned around.
Here's an updated score. In the 4th quarter, it is Lakota West 7.
That's not a flag in the end zone near the A? Nope.
Nope, that's not a flag.
Just something shiny I'm seeing.
So Vikings take over at their own 10-yard line. Clock has now rerun.
So Vikings with all their starters in.
That's a change of running back. No, it's not. Handoff. Brown
Don't
Freeman.
know what you're looking at. 5 been in there the whole day. He's got 3
I thought
touchdowns.
I thought it was 3,
I believe.
but 3's Hunter, who's the punt returner who was out there. So that was just.
But, you know, we've seen it back in the days. A lot of times, you know, you're not really running up the clock. You score as much as you can in 3 quarters. In the 4th quarter, you sub because you do want reps.
Especially with this running clock, you also want to get a score just in case there's your JVs and backups give up a score. This is what we thought we would see more of from Birch. He keeps it, and he's in the end zone.
D'Angelo Birch, the keeper from Princeton. Touchdown, Vikings.
That was what we thought we would see tonight from Princeton, and that's really the first time they've had a big gain off of the read option. D'Angelo Birch in the end zone.
Yeah. That's only his second rushing touchdown of the year.
Well, there's plenty of carries, but yeah, it's only second touchdown. But again, you saw some white helmets out there for the Cardinals.
So different kicker this time. Parker Evans.
He was the kicker on in the first couple kicks. After, I believe he was the one who missed it.
Yes.
He'll make this extra point with 36 seconds remaining in the third quarter. It's Princeton 44, Colerain 7.
Cardinals 7. I'd like to take a moment now to thank our friends at NovaCare. They are the rehabilitation leader in physical therapy and athletic training. Also the exclusive athletic training and physical therapy provider here at Colerain High School. And over 27 area high schools, middle schools, colleges, and professional teams. Football players to soccer moms, and from weekend warriors to working professionals, injuries do happen. When they do, let our friends at NovaCare's team of professionals get you back in the action. If you'd like more information, all you got to do is visit their website. That's www.novacare.com. Again, our thanks to NovaCare for their support of boys varsity football here at Colerain High School. Also, we'd like to thank our friends at Rumpke.
So Cole Kimball set to kick off for the Vikings.
Colerain High School and the Colerain community.
So Princeton Vikings will kick off.
For the Cardinals, number 21,
They pretty much had a complete game offensively, defensively, but special team has shown for this team tonight. The sophomore kicker is a weapon on kickoffs.
O'Brien takes it. And again, Cardinals trapped inside their own 20.
O'Brien on the return for the Cardinals.
Yeah, every single one of his kicks has been inside the 5 with good height.
Yeah.
Not into the end zone where they're going to get it at 20, not on the outside where he's got short of a turn. It's just very, very consistent.
It's a weapon.
And he's a sophomore.
Yeah.
Sophomore he's only going to get bigger. He's only going to get stronger.
First and 10, Colerain on the 16. And at the end of the third quarter.
And that will run into the clock. Running clock makes it the end of the third quarter. So after 3 quarters of play here at Colerain, Princeton 44, Colerain 7.
So we're going to have a full fourth quarter of the running clocks.
To remind the students, we encourage you to start calling your rides.
So it'll be interesting what either team's going to do. Colerain, you think second team is going to come in, but they've forced to been played already because the walking wounded. You got the training table is full with lots of players from the offense and defense. Princeton Vikings have had most of their starters in for third quarters. We'll see what they do. But again, it's senior night at Colerain, and this, your seniors are your leaders. So we got a little bit of time in this fourth quarter. We're gonna thank you to all you seniors out there. Thank you to Corey Myrick, Jordan Robinson, Tay Love, Lawrence Young, Greg Oglesby, Jaden Stevens.
We'll get back, play here. Phillips hands off to Huff, and not much room to go.
More your seniors: Blake Freeman, MJ Boyden, Brady Bigner, Demetrione Anderson, Mohammed Odari, Josh Simmons, Eric Johnson, Elijah Washington. Back to play on the field.
Phillips looks to pass. He's going to go one-on-one deep, and Myrick
Colerain looking for a little bit of hands there. A pull of the jersey. He had Myrick down there, but Myrick kind of pushes off. The defender kind of holds a hand. But
yeah, that's one I wouldn't have been upset that if they threw the nope, he drug.
He grabbed full jersey right there and pulled him. Yeah, if he but it's not a spot foul in high school, so even if it was, it just gets him the first down. Got to thank a few more seniors. We're getting on this next chance. So a 3rd down and 9.
Phillips looks, he's got Bryant over the middle wide open, and he dropped it.
It's the same pass that they caught for a touchdown, and he hit him right there, and that's a very catchable ball. Oh, just missed it. But more seniors, Ashton Phillips, Gary Oglesby, Reshawn Jones, Jordan Campbell, Luke McAfee, Aaliyah Grigorev, Aaron Colson, and Nigel Stanley. Thank you, seniors.
Cardinals going to get bailed out, trying to figure out their punt team. Well, Princeton has some backups in trying to figure out their punt return team, and their punt return team went out, and the coaches said, like, no, we're not sending our one punt return team. Antonio Hunter was a little upset, like, hey, I've got some nice returns, but I haven't took one to the house yet. But he pulled him off. So Princeton, if Cardinals would have snapped it, they could have easily picked up the first down because the Princeton defense was all halfway on the other side of the field trying to get the right personnel out there with the backups in. So timeout, 9:44 on the clock.
Yeah, but it looked like Colerain was having personnel issues of themselves. A lot of your special teams coverage are all linebackers. We've got at least 4 linebackers that are hurt right now.
Yeah.
So I believe there's more than one white helmet out there, I believe.
Yeah.
Nope.
Cardinals did get a couple substitutions. They're trying to rotate some of the seniors that don't really play into the game. You saw 93 Aaron Colson in the game as McAfee with the best kick he's had all wow.
Best kick of the night and great coverage, Jaden Staley.
That was a fantastic punt. But you had Aaron Colson in, who's listed in the program as a quarterback. I think he went in to play tight end just to get the senior in for a play. That was a heck of a punt.
Why doesn't he just do that every time?
Yeah, punting's hard.
It's kind of a running joke between us and one of the guys that used to help us with our broadcast.
Good time to clock stops with a change of possession, and we'll start here when it's ready for play. There it goes.
Got to change a quarterback and other positions for the Vikings.
Bishop James in. He hands off. Somehow still on his feet. Is Jordan Fitzpatrick. Somehow still on his feet is Jordan Fitzpatrick. Finally brought down.
Check that jersey for Vaseline because Nigel Stanley had him in the backfield.
Once.
He slips out. And then I believe
twice.
That's Corey Myrick.
3, 4, 5, and somehow he never. Does he even actually go down, or he finally does go down?
Did you get a number on that kid? It was 13, wasn't it?
Fitzpatrick. I already said it.
All right.
Handoff. Logan Brown this time on the play.
That's Myrick from the outside again. Staying in there, I tell you what, someone's going to sleep well tonight. And it's Stanley on the play. Been disruptive.
Did you get through the list of seniors?
Yes.
Okay. 89 with the carry for Princeton. He is not have a name on our roster, so we apologize to the young man. This time, Bishop James keeps it, and he's out of bounds.
It's out of bounds, but the clock's going to run. But he's be awful close to the first down. No, yard and a half short.
4th and 1. Ball on the 49.
The play clock is down to 15.
I think they're going to run this clock and then call
Take the
timeout.
penalty and punt. Maybe, maybe not. They're going to have to do something quick.
They're not going to get the
3,
playoff.
2, and timeout, Princeton Vikings.
Timeout, Princeton.
Stops the clock with 7:06.
And it's a weird spot for Princeton, right? It's at a spot where you probably go for it, but you're up so much that should you go for it. But it's also your twos. It's not like you
Right.
don't let off the pedal because you have your twos on the field.
Sometimes with the big lead, you want to get reps on certain plays that you're going to use down the field. But you're right. You've got your twos in. These aren't your starters. You don't need reps with your backups.
Well, but you also it's my backups. I don't need to not go for it on 4th down. It's my backups. And do you really have a backup punt team? You're gonna try so.
Well, it's a school as big as Princeton.
Princeton's not a big school. They're bigger than Colerain, but only for the past couple of years they've been bigger than Colerain. It's Sycamore,
But
Colerain.
I'm sure you got a JV punt team.
Yeah, I know, but it's still got to organize it. It's Sycamore, Colerain, Princeton in terms of size of teams in the GMC. Sycamore, Colerain on the lower end of the Division I.
Offense is still out there.
In fact, Sycamore is the line for Division I. Snap back, they'll hand it off and pick up a 1st down. And the thing about this, too, the clock is not going to stop for 1st down. The clock's just going to go to
Yeah, Ethan Dixon makes the stop.
The Vikings, the ball carrier, number 21, Elijah Fitzpatrick. On the tackle for Colerain, number 46, Ethan Dixon.
Princeton just
Yeah, it's
bleeding the clock.
Yeah.
Bishop James keeps it and dragged out of bounds.
Number 9, Bishop James.
A little too far out of bounds. He'll draw a penalty flag.
Yeah.
By Cardinals, number 9.
There was a little bit of extra tug in the jersey, but that's almost a slip of the foot, too.
I will tell you right now, though, both coaching staffs will take that because he has to take time off the clock to run to call the penalty. An extra minute's going to roll off this clock because of that penalty flag. Handoff, trying to find somewhere to go, and nowhere to go for Elijah Fitzpatrick. 85 there to make another play tonight.
Yeah. Oglesby was there along with him.
This is the first time we've called Cornell's name. I think I can remember all year.
On the tackle for the Cardinals, number 85, Gavin.
Having himself a really good game. Still in the middle linebacker, Ethan Dixon, the freshman, still in there at middle linebacker for the Cardinals.
Yes, 6'3", 250 sophomore, offensive line tight end.
Young man, I think, has played himself into his position tonight. Bishop James tries to get outside. He's met by Danielson. He's tackled.
Bishop James.
Bishop James, I think, is a little too eager to keep that ball.
That wasn't a read. He was keeping that
I know,
no matter
but
what
you
was
can
going
tell,
on.
like, hey, I'm back up. I don't get many plays. I'm gonna. You don't blame the young man for wanting to make a play, but he's almost too eager to get outside on that play.
3 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 13. Ball on the 29.
Yeah, he was pulling it out of the mesh even before he put it into the mesh.
Yeah.
But for Friday Night Lights, you're getting your shot. Why not? So 3rd down and a long 13. Play clock down to 4.
Timeout, Princeton. And that's one of the situations you can see it. The lineman when you're a lineman in the varsity for the first time or in those rare instances, your whole thought is two things. Don't jump off sides, but also don't not jump at all and stand still. You see it like there for the guys who are getting the ball. Don't try too hard.
Thanks to all of our students who are helping out by leading a hand tonight to keep our campus as clean and safe as possible.
So Colerain's going to have one more game after this. We go on the road. Fairfield. We will have coverage for you at Colerain game day.
And Princeton will have to win next week, as Lakota West did get a late field goal and then held out to force a turnover on down. So Firebirds will hold on for a 10-7 win over Mason. So this win will not clinch the GMC for the Vikings, so they'll have a chance to do that next week. 3rd and 13. Bishop James just going to hand it off. Nowhere to go. Is that 21 or 24?
21.
Fitzpatrick with the carry.
So here's another dilemma for your offensive coach, a team that's up by multiple scores, playing to run the clock out. You're not close enough for a field goal. You don't want to punt. So normally you'd keep the offense out here at this point, but it's not running up the clock if you're doing that, but it's situational. So they're going for it on 4th down and 13.
Good to see James throw. And he'll throw it to Jaden Stanley, who's got a chance down to keep it. Cuts back, still on his feet, and that was
that was at least interesting. He just kind of threw it to the general area. And if you see number 85 from Princeton Vikings, did not know the ball was in the area and kind of gave up on the play. Stanley makes the pick, and 85 is still wondering what's going on. But he gets back in the game, chases him down, and ends up with the tackle.
So Jaden Stanley, I think that's his second tonight, isn't it?
Chauncey Brown, senior, on the tackle. Is that Billups still in the...
I don't know what just happened there.
Ball was snapped a little bit early.
Well, Cardinals had 10. They
were trying to do a late sub because they didn't have enough, and the ball was snapped early off the quarterbacks. Huff's there, and he picks it up.
Princeton defensive end just goes over it. Huff tries to dance and then just tackles himself.
Turf Monster gets him. Yeah, it's a lot of fatigue set in.
As good as, and don't get me wrong, they were still losing, but that was a really good first half compared to the rest of the season has been for the Colerain Cardinals. The second half, not so much.
Defense just got wore out, too,
Quick hit. Finds number 16, Sir Ronald Floyd with the catch.
Sir Ronald Floyd.
So third down.
Third down, they need 7 on this. Clock still running.
Third and 7 from the 47.
Phillips back to pass. Under pressure. And he's sacked. Nothing open. That's a coverage sack. The routes he wanted, he really wanted that wheel off of the motion man, but it was not there.
Yeah,
Fourth down.
Adam Kirtley on the sack. Referee's timeout. He wants to go talk to the Princeton side.
Officials timeout.
Okay. I'm a decent rip leader. He is warning about a certain gesture to the throat that one of his defenders did after that. No flag.
Well, I mean,
thrown.
if
It's
you
a
say a
teaching-
certain certain gesture to a body region, but you call it the body region, but you call it the body region, everyone knows. Why are you saying certain gesture? He
did the throat slash.
Yeah, you've given it away by saying that. No one back to return it. It'll go out of bounds.
No return on the kick.
But eats the flag, teachable moment. And there's another teachable moment. Even there was no return.
In fact, the clock would have ran out. There would have been 3 seconds. The Princeton Vikings have to run one play. Now they'll have to maybe run two. Unsportsmanlike conduct on 26 at Princeton. Actually, they'll start the clock. Who knows when? Referee's discretion, he can just reset the play clock and we can be done here.
So no return. So this could be tacked on.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Vikings.
From the 30 to the 15.
15-yard penalty.
I'll tell you what.
First and 10 on the 15
You may not have heard it on the ambient mic. Of all the things that happened tonight, the tuba player for the Colerain band playing just did the old Price is Right. Dun, 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 dun. Like that happens when you take a mistake and Price is Right. Read the room on that one for the tuba player.
So it takes it all the way back to the Princeton 15.
Princeton will at least have to snap it once.
Yeah, they did start the clock. There are 15 seconds on the play clock, 30 seconds left on the game clock. So if you do the math, he can snap it now.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they do. Did a quick snap, get in, get out. And no reset of the play clock at 15, and that will run out. So the Princeton Vikings will defeat the Colerain Cardinals 44-7 here as the clock strikes 0. We are now final at Colerain High School. The Vikings defeat the Cardinals. Thank you for watching Colerain football on Waycross Community Media.